They say Moses received more than just the 10 Commandments. What if he also received divine codes, names of angels, and secrets too powerful for the world to handle? The Bible speaks of God's thunder on Mount Sinai, but hidden in mystery is the claim that Moses received other books that were never included in the scriptures. These are called the 7 books of Moses, feared by some, desired by many, and banned by most religious institutions. What's inside them will shake what you believe. These books aren't found in churches. You won't hear your pastor preach them. But in the shadows of history and the whispers of mystics, they have survived. Sealed with strange symbols and divine names, the 7 books of Moses are said to grant power over nature, angels, healing, and even death. They contain sacred spells, invocations, and celestial codes, written in languages not spoken by men but uttered by spirits. Inside these pages are seals of Solomon, chants to call archangels, and rituals said to open the gates of heaven or hell. Some say these books came from ancient Jewish mysticism. Others say they are distortions. But one thing is clear. They have been used by priests, witches, and warriors. In West Africa and the Caribbean, the 7 books were smuggled during the slave trade. They became weapons of protection, healing, and spiritual resistance. Voodoo priests held them, Obeah practitioners memorized them. Christian mystics wrestled with their meaning, and some claimed they healed the sick. But are these books truly divine, or are they dangerous? The line between spiritual power and forbidden knowledge is thinner than you think. God warned his people, do not practice divination or sorcery. And yet, some believe Moses himself used these powers not to defy God, but to channel him. Imagine calling down fire from heaven, speaking a name and parting waters. These books claim that such power is not fiction, it's hidden knowledge. But knowledge without holiness is a weapon, and many who chased these books lost themselves in obsession, pride, and darkness. Pages soaked in blood drawn with ink and ash, these books were feared, locked away, and in some cultures burned at night. Still, people search for them. Why? Because deep inside the human heart is a hunger to touch the divine, to know what lies beyond the veil. Some call it faith, others call it curiosity, but both can lead you to glory or into shadows you weren't prepared for. These books claim to carry the names of angels not mentioned in the Bible, names that summon light or bend fate. Each seal in the book represents a spiritual code, a portal, a weapon, but opening one without wisdom is like playing with fire in the dark. Can God's true servants use these books? Or are they traps of deception, designed to look holy, but empowered by something else entirely? One thing is certain, their existence challenges what we think we know about Moses, mysticism, and the boundaries of divine authority. There are people today who claim they used these books to heal the sick, command spirits, and even find lost treasures buried in the earth. But there are also stories of madness, curses, and lives ruined by seeking what was never meant to be controlled. Just like Eve in Eden, the temptation to eat from the tree of knowledge has never left us. But not all knowledge leads to life. The 7 books of Moses, are they ancient truth, holy deception, or something far more dangerous, wrapped in sacred disguise? Before you decide, listen closely. The second half of this journey might just reveal the secret that could either awaken you or silence you forever. Some believe these books were given to Moses alongside the commandments, but only the righteous could decode them. The rest, left in confusion or fear. Ancient manuscripts describe them as tables of power, not for reading but for invoking, not for knowledge but for control. With names like El Shaddai, Adonai, and other hidden variations, these books combine Hebrew holiness with esoteric rituals unseen in modern churches. They carry spells to silence storms, unlock dreams, heal wounds, and call down divine forces. But with power comes consequence. Each word, each line is said to vibrate in the spiritual realm, like passwords to divine or demonic systems. Read wrongly, they say, and it backfires. In Germany, the book was printed and circulated among mystics. In Africa, it was used for protection. In America, it became part of underground occult studies. It traveled with slaves, prisoners, outcasts, those who had no worldly power but sought something higher, something unseen. To some, the books were a rebellion, a way to tap into spiritual authority without waiting for permission from priests or pastors. But every shortcut in the spirit has a cost. The 7 books are not just pages, they are gateways. And gateways don't always close when you want them to. They became tools for healing, yes, but also for domination, manipulation, and fear. Light and shadow in the same sentence. There are stories of entire villages in West Africa where these books were banned because of strange events. People disappearing, voices in the night. Some say the angels invoked in these books don't always answer to the God of heaven. They answer to the one who holds the book. This raises the greatest question: who gave these books to Moses? God or someone else? If the devil can appear as an angel of light, can he not also write a holy-looking book? This is why discernment is greater than curiosity. Not every spiritual thing is of God, and not every Moses is from Mount Sinai. The real danger isn't the book. It is the hunger in us to control God rather than surrender to Him. That's what these books expose. Even today, many spiritualists sell pieces of these books online, charging people for rituals, blessings, and miracle prayers. But here's what they don't tell you. True power doesn't. It comes from secret books. It comes from open hearts aligned with God's will. Moses was a prophet, yes, but he was first a servant. If you chase power without submission, you'll fall like Lucifer did. These books may be fascinating, but the Bible warns, "My people perish for lack of knowledge." Not magical knowledge, godly knowledge. So here's the truth. You don't need a secret book to move mountains. You need faith the size of a mustard seed, and the God who answers prayer. The 7 books of Moses may remain in mystery, but your life doesn't have to. You don't need spells, you need surrender. If God really gave these books to Moses, they would match the heart of Scripture. Truth, mercy, obedience, not manipulation. So be careful what you open. Be careful what you chase. Every door has a cost, and every spirit has a source. Curiosity can be holy, but not when it leads us away from the cross, not when it blinds us from the word that never needed to be hidden. The true book of Moses, the one that saves, heals, and redeems, is still open, and it's enough. So tell me, would you still read the 7 books of Moses? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.